This is the Evil Never Dies podcast with Brett and Carl. This podcast may contain adult themes, violence, and strong language. Listener discretion is advised.
The Evil Never Dies podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Evil Never Dies podcast. I'm Brett, here with Carl. What's up, buddy?
I'm not very happy because this is the second time we're having to do this episode. And we don't normally fuck up, but you can explain it, Bubba.
Well, I was moved my camera around and
Like 50 times.
And then was messing with the Zoom and thought I had it right and didn't. So it only recorded the video of me. So I know you
honestly, I
know y'all don't want to look at my fucking ugly ass.
I kept walking all over my words the last time. Honestly, I didn't know what I was talking about half the time. And now today, I'm just not in the mood to be here. So you can either have me tired or have me just bleh. But it is a Sunday morning, and I'm trying to watch football.
Yeah, it is
Actually,
Sunday morning.
Bengals shirt on today. We need the Bengals to win.
Our Brohio fans our Brohio buddies are big Bengals fans. So.
Well, it's been a bad year for the Bengals, which I predicted from the very beginning of the season, and yeah, it sucked, but they need to win.
Yeah, I think Nick's got season tickets.
The Cowboys have no comment on after their pathetic performance last night.
Yeah, I heard that was pretty bad.
It was bad.
Yeah, I think Dak is overrated myself.
Well, me and Michaela ended up going to the dark hour.
Oh, really?
Yeah, found some $10 off coupons.
Oh, that's cool.
Really good show.
Really?
It was better than their Halloween show. I mean, I hate to be mean, but I'm honest.
Was it Christmas themed or?
Oh yeah, very Christmas themed.
Oh, cool.
Alan Hobbs and his crew did a good job. The whole thing was Christmased out.
Awesome.
So good job. I mean, again, I hate the dog on their Halloween show, but I was sort of disappointed in the Halloween event. I think I was so used to those chase events they run now where, they chase after you.
Yeah, you're sort of expecting it.
Yeah, this was good. I actually bought a bloody heart last night. Look at that thing.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah, bloody heart.
I'd like one of them hang from my rearview mirror.
I only got one bloody heart in the entire dark hour, and I bought it.
Really?
Yeah. They've got a pretty good little merch booth. I think they stole that idea from Moxley Manor.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't used to sell that much at whatchamacallit.
What did you pay for a bloody heart necklace?
I don't remember because we bought a couple other things.
Anyway,
so today,
after the fuck up,
we are covering Dracula, Prince of Darkness, which is the actual sequel to the horror of Dracula, known as Dracula in the United Kingdom. Not counting Brides of Dracula, which was the second movie in the series, but there was no Dracula in it. So this is the actual true sequel to the horror of Dracula. It's a Hammer film, and it was done in what year, Brad? I don't know.
1966.
Yeah.
At the famous Bray Studios. Did I say that right this time, Carl?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
What is it?
It's Bray Studios.
That's what I said. Bray Studios.
Yeah.
It was directed by Terrence Fisher,
who did direct the first movie.
Screenplay by John Sansom. Story by John Elder. Produced by Anthony Nelson Keys. Cinematography by Michael Reed. Edited by Chris Barnes. Music by James Bernard.
Yeah, and the good soundtrack used a lot of the elements of the first film.
Yeah, wasn't the actual opening theme the same one?
It was the same theme.
Production company is Hammer Film Productions. Distributed by Warner Pathé Distributors in the UK.
And actually, that was the British International Pictures, the BIP. I don't know how it became Warner or whatever, Madingler. And the United States, it was actually done by 20th Century Fox.
Okay.
Which I don't know how many Fox Hammer films actually came out. I don't think of very many.
All right. Release date January 9th, 1966 in the UK and January 12th, 1966 in the US. Has a running time of 90 minutes. What'd you do? Take a picture?
I was testing something on my background.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, everything's fucked up because I took the Christmas tree down and I'm trying to make sure that it looks like my light's all off. So I was trying to look and see.
Oh, is that Linda Blair behind you? Move your head.
Yeah, Linda Blair's back there. See her? Right there.
There she is.
You can just barely see her head sticking through.
Green vomit and everything.
Yeah. So my light looks all off. I was trying to test my lighting and it don't look right. Plus, I look like crap this morning. This is going to be a bad episode. Maybe we should just take the other one and use the audio only.
Oh, I offered to do that. And you said it'll suck.
It will suck, but it might be better than this.
All right. Budget was £100,000 approximately. And as of today, through rentals and the box office, it's made $2.345 million.
That's a pretty good deal.
Yep.
So they Hammer was going through a little bit of a money crunch. So they had the idea to film two movies at one time at the Bray Studios, and this with the same cast, the same set, and same actors, I should say, not same cast, I guess. But it was filmed with Rasputin the Mad Monk at the very same back-to-back time.
Well, that probably saved them a lot of money too.
It did save them a lot of money. But it's kind of cool if you watch those movies back to back, you can see, it's the same people, and my setup is just really messing me up today.
All right. Speaking of that, let's just go over the cast then.
Let's do the cast.
Excuse me. Got Christopher Lee as Count Dracula. Francis Matthews as Charles Kent. Andrew Keir as Father Sandor,
who replaced Peter Cushing and Van Helsing. They didn't have Peter Cushing in this movie, and the guy did a good job.
Yeah, he did. Next, we got Philip Latham as Clove, which is like Dracula's butler, I guess you'd say.
Manservant, yeah.
Manservant. Suzanne Farmer as Diana Kent. Didn't we say something about that? Oh, yeah, Charles and Diana.
Yeah, it blew your mind at the time. Now you're not blown.
I'm not blown anymore.
Yeah, see, this sucks when you have to redo shows. We rarely have to redo shows, but when you do, it sucks. Look, Pumpkinhead's back since Christmas is over.
Oh, cool.
See Pumpkinhead?
Yep. Next, we got Barbara Shelley as Helen Kent. Charles Tingwell.
She gets possessed by by Dracula's presence, I guess you'd call it. God, my setup is wrong, Brett. It's annoying me.
Charles Tingwell as Alan Kent. Thorley Walters as Ludwig.
And he was sort of the what do you call it?
Renfield guy.
Renfield character, yes.
Walter Brown as Brother Mark. Jack Lambert as Brother Peter. George Woodbridge as the landlord. Philip Ray as the priest. Joyce Hempson as Mother.
Mother, was she?
I don't know. Somebody's mother. John Maxim as the coach driver. And there was a cameo at the very beginning of the film.
Peter Cushing.
Peter Cushing. And basically, it was just a scene from the first movie, is what it was.
Yeah, and we covered the fact that they had to put this mist stuff over it because it was filmed in different ratios.
Yes, it was.
Horror of Dracula was filmed in by either Cinescope.
Cinescope, yeah, that's it. And then this one was filmed in Technoscope.
Technoscope. So they had to put a cloud around it to keep the ratios right, but it looks really cool on the movie.
Yes, it does. All right, what are we going over next here?
Let's just do the Blu-ray, I guess.
All right, talk about the Blu-ray
So the home media of the Dracula Prince of Darkness, it was on DVD through Anchor Bay in the United States for many years. In 2012, Hammer Films and Studio Canal in the UK released a Blu-ray, but it never came out in the United States. You could only get it through import. It was restored at Pinewood Studios and looked really good. It was 2K, but again, we never got it. So it finally came out on a Blu-ray through this Millennium Entertainment Company. It wasn't a very good copy, but it came with these really cool cards. I've still got them.
Oh, you got the cards this time. You remembered.
Yeah, see, it's got artwork from the movie.
Oh, that's cool, man.
That's a real, yeah. I really enjoyed finding these again because I'd lost them for a little bit. There's Dracula right there. So,
yeah,
but anyway,
cool,
that
man.
wasn't a very good. I think it's the one you got. It came with 2 other movies. I think The Legend of 7 Vampires and Dracula Created Woman. I wasn't real happy with it. The damn Blu-ray looked better, but the Scream Factory finally came out with a collector's edition. And the interesting thing on this one, it came with the UK version, which had been released in 2012 in the United Kingdom. But 20th Century Fox gave them a scan, original film element from theirs that they found in the vault, an Interpol scan. So we have the United States version and the United Kingdom version of the movie on here. Now it's
cool.
Pretty minor differences. There are a few scenes that are a little different, I guess. But the big thing is the coloring. The UK version is very bright and almost sort of yellow in parts. The US version is very dark, but unfortunately it's very grainy to the point where it's almost annoying in certain scenes when it's real dark. But
you like the black pixels through it and all that?
Yeah, it's very grainy because the actual film was gone, so they had to use that other scan. But it's cool to have 2 copies of the same movie, and they definitely look different. I probably prefer the UK version just because it looks better, but the US version actually is a better version because of the darkness. I don't foresee this thing ever getting a 4K release because there's just not many good scans of it available. It came with some good extras, the best of which was called Back to Black, which is they actually talked to some of the actors who are still alive about their memories of the movie. The one actress actually swallowed her fang, and they made her take salt water and spit it up because of budget restraints and the fact they did not have another fang for her.
Budget was tight.
Budget was tight. There is a new audio commentary track, which I didn't listen to, but they got the original one with Christopher Lee as well. Then it's got an episode of The World of Hammer, which is all about all of Hammer's vampire movies they done. So good one. It's still in print. A lot of these Hammers from Scream Factory are going out of print, and I don't know where they're going to end up at. So if you like this movie, I really recommend buying this while you can get it. Unfortunately, the Millennium is out of print, but I did manage to keep these cool cards. But I had lost them for like 2 years. I have so much shit, I'll lose things. And when I'm looking for something else,
You
I find what I'm not looking for, and it was these. So praises once again to Scream Factory for doing an outstanding job on the Blu-ray.
Cool. All right, let's go over a little bit of the production.
Okay.
Dracula does not speak in this film at all.
Yeah, and it's very controversial.
Once you go over that,
Christopher Lee says that he refused to speak the lines because they were terrible. But the writer or screenwriter said that there were no lines because he felt like a vampire shouldn't be talking. So he just hisses. And to this day, we don't know what the real truth is. We don't know. I tend to believe that the writer probably didn't write any lines, and Christopher Lee was maybe a little embarrassed. So he just, there wasn't any good lines, so I refused to do them.
Well, did he have any lines in the first one even?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Especially in the beginning, he's like, "Hello, I'm Count Dracula."
Yeah.
But in this one, he's respawned after 10 years, so maybe he's not reincarnated. He don't want to talk. He talks in the later ones, so I don't know. I thought it was really cool just having a monstrous Dracula who don't speak. He looked badass.
Yeah,
he really did.
Yeah. The
way
one
better than the
picture is like
first one.
the one picture is like his most famous picture ever.
It is, yeah.
With the bloodshot eyes and yeah. I got a question. You probably know this. You know how everybody says the vampires, I want to suck your blood.
Yeah.
Was that ever in a movie? Or is that just something somebody made up?
That might have came from the Leslie Nielsen Dracula Dead and Loving It.
Well, I remember hearing that when I was a little kid.
I don't know. I've never seen that in any movie. It might have been in some low budget B film, but I don't remember the line in any of the vampire movies I've seen. I think it was just a take on Lugosi making fun of his voice.
You think so? Okay. Yeah, I can see that too.
Look at that in the background. There's poor old Huggy Wuggy. He got moved to the back. I had to put something back there because I missed the tree. I should have just kept it up.
Now,
maybe I'll get a black Christmas tree and put there permanently.
That would look cool.
And then decorate it with cool shit.
That would look cool.
Yeah.
Sure. Maybe some like fucking purple lights or something.
Yeah. I'm missing my tree. It's screwed up my whole day, man. I keep looking at things and I'm like, they don't look right. The color's off. I'm distracted. Undistract me. Back to the show.
Did you know this film was turned into a novel?
Yeah, I did.
The 1967 book, the second Hammer horror film, Omnibus.
Now, what's cool about this production is it's not based on Bram Stoker's novel in any way. It's one of the first, I'm not going to count the Universal sequels because they were pretty silly, honestly. Especially the one with the son of Dracula. I don't care for that movie at all.
Son of Dracula?
This is one of the first that was a standalone sequel to Dracula, and it's one of the best, if not the best, sequel-wise. And it follows the first movie fairly well, too, except Van Helsing. I guess after 10 years, he figured Dracula was dead, and he went back to England and forgot about it. He shows back up later, so there you go.
This film was released in some markets as a double feature with The Plague of the Zombies.
Yes, it was. Plague of Zombies was a really good zombie film. sort of the precursor to the Romero zombie films.
Yep.
It's sort of a forgotten jewel, really, of the Hammer franchise.
And this was back when going to the movie was cool because they used to give like promotional stuff out. And they gave out plastic vampire fangs and cardboard zombie eyeglasses out to the audience.
Could you only imagine if somebody would have kept that stuff? Would it be worth?
I bet
today?
somebody does. I bet somebody does have them.
I am holding a crayon, for God's sakes, because these kids, the grandkids, were here over Christmas and they threw crayons everywhere.
That's funny.
I don't know if anybody caught the show they did on Nightmare Before Christmas. It
That was
first
cute.
appeared on my YouTube page, which I've never had but one video of before, which was the original George Carl unedited video. So I ain't got access to put it on the Evil Never Dies site because I'm not the host of the show. I have to use my own YouTube page.
Yeah, I had
It
to
has
edit.
3 subscribers. I've never promoted it before.
I had to edit that George one out pretty good.
Somebody subscribe to my YouTube page. It's just youtube.com @Carl Todd. I might start putting some content on there. Might start putting some wrestling content on it.
Yeah, that
Who
would be
knows?
cool.
Who
I
knows?
finally got my memory cards for my
Oh,
new
good.
camera for my truck. So I'm
Good
gonna
deal.
start posting these idiots around DFW drivers here. Probably start a new channel for that.
Yeah, don't put it on the Evil Never Dies.
No, I'm not gonna.
That's why I'm thinking about using my YouTube as like for wrestling and stuff. And I don't know, the Scarlet Nayla did a good job. It deserved to be an actual episode, so I'm glad you posted it. Hopefully people enjoyed it. It was all in fun, you know.
Yeah, it was cool. They did do a good job, except fighting over the mic.
Yes, they like to do that. And Ayla's mad at me because I keep saying vampire puppet. I just thought, then she showed that, and I'm like, I don't think that thing's called a vampire puppet, but now that's what I keep calling it. He got left out from Christmas.
All right, back to what we're
What
fucking
were we
mumbling
doing?
about.
The best Hammer Dracula movie there is, and we're barely talking about it this time. So
In North America, the film earned $364,937 in rentals. In France, the film drew 854,197 admissions when it was first released.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so French people must love this movie for sure.
Well, maybe we'll get some French people watching this and thinking, who the fuck are these two idiots?
According to Fox, the combination of them putting out the Plague of Zombies needed to earn $1.5 million in rentals to break even, and it made $2,345,000. So almost doubled. So what they needed.
Yeah, they did a good job with this thing. And like I said, it's probably one of the gorier Hammer films ever. There's a resurrection scene, and this is no spoiler. We didn't even go over the plot of the movie. Well, just the quick plot is basically these Charles and Diana and the, I guess, sister-in-law and brother show up at Dracula's castle after being told not to go there by the preacher guy or whatever he was. And
the what do you call it?
the Meister
Well, the what do you call it? Told them not
to go.
Yeah, the carriage driver or whatever it was.
Yeah. Well, they go anyway, and short story of this plot is the brother gets attacked by Clove, the manservant, hung upside down, and his throat slit. And Dracula's ashes are magically in his coffin, and they resurrect him. And it's a real cool, bloody, gory scene to this day, really.
Yeah, I'm going to go over that in the trivia too.
But
Here.
I got issues with it. And the first one, Dracula's ashes blow away in the wind. So how did Clove get his ashes? Explain that one to me.
Maybe when they were blown away, he was out there with a sack.
I don't know. He wasn't even in the first movie.
Maybe he was in the back scene, that in the background,
He could have
unseen.
been in the background because they weren't in the castle very long, I guess.
Yeah, that was the only thing screwed up because he wasn't in the first one. Like,
No. Man, it's hard to do sequels, especially in the 50s and 60s, 10 years later.
yeah.
They did a good job as a sequel. Like I said, it's one of the better non-Bram Stoker following the novel movies.
All
So
right.
anyway, that's the trivia. Dracula's resurrected and turns the guys who Clove killed's wife into his vampire servant bride, I guess you would call her. One of Dracula's many brides.
Yeah.
Between Dracula and Count Karabi, how many brides are there?
Lots of brides.
Lots of brides.
All right. I guess I'll start on some trivia here.
Let's do our
A
trivia.
little bit more about what we were just talking about the resurrection scene.
Yes, that's the best scene in the movie.
Yeah. But anyway, it was achieved by overlapping dissolves of a series of 12 lockdown camera shots involving first the ashes, then the skeleton, then they'd put some meat on the skeleton, and along with the swirling mist, and that's how they got that scene.
That was a good scene, and it holds up well to this day to me. Better than the Dracula disintegrating in the horror of Dracula. That looks pretty
And
dated.
he doesn't appear fully dressed when he's resurrected in the coffin. The shot actually moves out from the coffin, and you can just see him reach his hand over the side
With his ring back on.
with his ring back on.
But his ring was in the dust or the whatever you call it. The remains. The ring was there, so I guess it just magically remorphed back onto his hand. A little imagination, folks. It's like pro wrestling here. You just got to go with it.
Now, in the opening scene where they're carrying the girl,
Yeah, I didn't cover that in the plot because I remember you had some trivia about it.
she's supposed to be dead, but you can visibly see her breathing.
Oh, that's stupid now, Brett.
Well, you can. It's very noticeable because
It's
I
not
rewatched it.
noticeable. I've watched this movie 100 times and I never noticed it.
Okay.
You're doing your nitpicky trivia. I like your real trivia. This is your
Nitpicky?
goofs.
My goofs.
Go watch Blood for Dracula if you want to goof on something.
In the scene where the vampire woman is being staked by the monks, the shot of the stake being driven into her heart is systematically shortened by a visible rough cut. To this day, no copy with the complete shot has ever been available.
Yeah, there's not much of this movie left, unfortunately. So we're lucky to have the two UK and US cuts that we got. I highly recommend people buy this Blu-ray to have for the future.
Well, yeah,
Because 20th Century Fox now it's just 20th Century Studios, and remember, they're owned by Disney, and who knows what the hell they're going to do with the 20th Century catalog.
yeah, because Disney's not a big horror movie maker,
No, they're not.
All right, Sir Christopher Lee's stunt double Eddie Powell became trapped underwater during the drowning scene and nearly drowned and had to be revived.
Damn. I'm glad Christopher Lee himself wasn't in there.
Yeah, no shit. Barbara Shelley's own scream, though dubbed by high-pitched Susan Farmer in the final version, can be distinctly heard in the original German trailer released under the title Blut für Dracula. Probably fucked that up too.
You did. It's okay. I don't know, man. I don't know if this is better or worse than the Friday episode. At least I'm coherent.
Coherent.
I
Yeah.
wasn't very coherent Friday. I had a rough day because I was recovering from that procedure and had to go back to work for 2 days. So Friday was a bad episode, but I don't know. When do we ever get a vacation from this show? I want to go on vacation
Where are you going?
far, far away.
Well, let me know if you need
Go
a
on
week
vacation.
off or whatever. I'll try to find a stand-in for you.
Well, I don't know who you find. You got the evil Reverend Green, I guess.
I could find somebody, I'm sure.
You could replace me, you're saying. Well, that's fine. I got my own YouTube channel now. Like I said, bookmark it. YouTube.com at Carl Todd. So once this guy fires me, you can move over to my show.
Then
Trying
you
to
can
fire
actually
me.
be the host.
I'll be my own host. I just asked Brett's like need labor laws. He just forces me to do this show and won't even give me a week of vacation without threatening to replace me.
Oh shit, that's
Yee.
funny. Hey, you started in with needing a vacation, man.
Yeah, but I didn't want to be replaced.
You're not gonna get replaced.
Back to where we were. What do we got left?
Let's see. I don't know. What do you got anything else? Any other trivia?
I think I went over most of it already, didn't I?
Yeah, there's not really much trivia on this for sure.
No, I'll just talk about the movie and my thoughts on it.
All right.
This is one of my favorite Dracula movies ever made. I watch it all the time, actually. Excuse me. I never get bored of it. Um, Honestly, I find it better than the first Hammer Dracula film. I know a lot of people would probably be upset for me saying that, but I just think it's a better plot. And remember, that first one was based on like the play or a ballet or something. So,
Yeah.
um, as a sequel, this is outstanding. Um, it holds up well, in my opinion, to the modern day. Um, there's a few little parts that you have to kind of turn your head to. Like you said, I guess some girl was breathing. I don't give a crap about that stuff. I do kind of have issues with his, like I said, his ashes blowing away and then his clothes show up magically and find him. But that's just fun.
Yeah.
But it's a darn good movie. It holds up so well. And it's in my probably top 3 Dracula movies. Definitely recommend if you have not seen this to watch it. We didn't give any spoilers away on this one. We gave it away on the fucked up version.
Yeah, we
So,
did a couple, huh?
like I said, I don't know what the future of this movie is in the US since it's 20th Century Studios, and I don't know. I don't trust Disney. So, give this thing a watch. It is definitely worth it. If you're a Hammer fan, or if you're a Dracula fan, or just a fan of vampires, or just horror movies, it covers everything. There's really no slow moments, and there's no silliness to the movie. It's not a silly movie. It's very serious.
There's a couple of small silly parts. The one guy, he's sort of Mr. Beanish in a way, and a little bit.
Nah.
I think so. He's sort of goofy.
Well, there's a lot of goofy fucks running around on the earth.
All right. So what are you gonna rate this at? Or do you want
I'm
me to
gonna
go?
you give your comments, then we'll rate it.
Well, watch this. I've watched this like 3 times now in like the last week. So
Has it gotten better or worse?
gotten better. Better for sure. Probably the last time I seen this, was when I was a kid, probably, because I never had this on Blu-ray or DVD or anything.
Yeah, it was just that one Anchor Bay copy, and it was sort of rare a little bit. Like I said, I think caught when they were going to put it on Blu-ray, and I sold the actual DVD at the movie trading company and got a pretty good bundle of money out of it because it was selling on eBay for $100. But I knew that it was going to come out on Blu-ray and the DVD was going to be obsolete. Actually, I think it was one of those pan scan, the old version.
Oh,
So
okay.
I made some money off that old Blu-ray.
Cool. Or DVD, I mean.
The old DVD. Yep.
But yeah,
Actually
I never.
made some money off a lot of them old Hammer DVDs that I knew were coming out on Blu-ray. I didn't see any sense in keeping doubles on those.
Yeah, for sure. But anyway, like I said, the last time I probably seen this was probably the late 70s.
Wow.
Because when I was a kid, they used to play all the old Hammer films. They'd throw a couple of them in with like the Saturday matinee, like grindhouse type movies and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And
they did.
used to go to them all the time. And I remember seeing this then.
Interesting.
So, uh, uh, Christopher Lee is my favorite vampire for sure out of everybody.
Hey, even over Count Karabi?
Sorry, but I'd have to say yes.
Well, actually, Count Karabi's a half vampire, so that works. I'd be in competition with Blade.
Yeah, you would. Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. But uh yeah, this movie still holds up. I'm glad I watched it 3 times. I've caught up over the last 40 years.
Yeah. Now you need to get this.
Yeah, I'm thinking about buying it now since
Yeah, then you can see the UK cut versus the US cut and the different coloration, and sometimes the grain's not a bad thing. But yeah, I really love watching both of these together, and it's got good commentary tracks. Yeah, I'd pick it up if I were you.
yeah, I'll have to look for it and see here. But anyway, yeah, I like this movie for sure. Big time. So
So
what are you gonna rate it at?
I'm giving it a 4.8.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm giving it one dot off because his damn ashes blew away and they just magically reappeared.
Blowing 2 points on the ashes, huh?
1 point. I'm gonna blow at 1 point because no Van Helsing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I mean, that would have been cool for him to come back, but the friar or the monk or whatever the hell he is did a freaking outstanding job, and actually probably better than the Van Helsing character. It fit better. So, but I still wish we could have had Peter Cushing in this film. Just a
Yeah,
smidgen. So that's where
yeah,
my
just like a, you know,
yeah,
they could have did, I think they could have did, instead of having the scene or whatever from the first movie, I think they could have did something with him,
they could
you
have.
know.
I mean,
At
he
the
was
very,
in Brides of Dracula, so
yeah, for sure. So I don't know.
but yeah, I rate
Maybe
this
he wasn't
high.
available. Maybe he
Probably not. I rate this very high.
okay.
It's definitely in my favorite. I've actually got the poster of it. You can't see it from here, but right back there, the poster is up. That and my Bram Stoker Dracula poster will always be on the walls. I may eventually move them over here to this side of the room, but yeah,
Well, I'm gonna give it a 4.5.
that's pretty high for you.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I like this movie. I think the effects and everything in it were very good. So
They are good effects.
actually decent blood for a Hammer film for
And
sure.
that's what I think I'd said on the original we had filmed. It looks way better in the US cop because it's darker and it made the blood really bright.
And it was very viscous
Yes.
when the throat slitting scene.
Yeah,
They
that's
just poured. They
hardcore,
just
dude.
poured it out. They just
That
poured it out.
even in 20, what are we in 2024 yet? Tonight's New Year's Eve. Um, it's a very gory scene.
Yes, it is.
One of my favorite scenes of any vampire Dracula, any vampire or Dracula movie, I should say, as far as a resurrection of a vampire. Done very well.
Yes, it was. Very good effects. So
Yes, good effects. The soundtrack is freaking phenomenal. I've actually got it on DVD, actually on CD and Apple Music, and I quite frequently play it.
well, there's actually a CD of it, huh?
Yeah, and that James Bernard was when he made it, he was like told Hammer, "Well, y'all don't want to use the same music." They said, "Yeah, that's the whole allure of the movie." So that's how the theme came back.
All right. Give it a 4.5. You got
So
anything
highly
else you
rated
want to
movie.
add?
I, uh, if you go to Scream Factory or actually Shout Factory, I think it's Shout. You can look up Scream Factory. It'll show you how many copies of this are in stock. And last time I looked, there was only like in the single digits. So
Really?
buy this thing. Support Scream Factory.
Okay. I'll
And
have
who
to.
knows if it sells enough, we might actually get a 4K. That
All
would be
right.
badass.
Yeah, it would. If they can make it look good.
They can do some pretty magical stuff. And probably with that UK version, they might be able to pull it off. The American version is probably as good as we're going to see it.
All right.
That's all I got.
Well, that's all I got. Well, I guess that's all we got
That's all we
for
got. I don't know
Dracula,
if this
Prince
is
of Darkness. So
better or worse than the original
who knows?
version.
We don't really have nothing to go by except the audio. So
Yeah. So, it's New Year's Eve, so this is the last show of 2023.
yes, it
Brett,
is.
Brett's threatening to fire me because I asked for a week of vacation, so I don't know what 2024 holds.
Oh shit, that's funny.
He's gonna have his new co-host. I don't know who you're gonna get, but I guess find me over
Here he
at
is, right here,
who?
Bubba Junior, right here. I'll put a hat on him, and
That don't even make any sense.
I can just sit here and he can talk.
Oh boy, get your beaver at least.
Oh yeah, I could have the Beaver as the co-host. Shit, that's a good idea, man.
Yeah, well, that's fine. You can find me at my own YouTube channel now. I'm gonna start throwing some
Uh,
stuff out for fun.
all right, everybody. Thanks for watching and listening.
Is
We're
the merch
easy.
going on sale soon? Because I want one of those blue shirts you
I
gave.
told you. I told you the other night that Friday at midnight was the last night, and you forgot.
You said Friday at midnight it started.
No, it ended the
Well,
last night.
well, fuck that.
They always have. They always have specials, though.
I know.
I get text alerts.
I think I looked right after we did the show and it wasn't on sale.
Hmm.
Now I'm pretty sure I did actually.
Well,
So yeah,
it was late when we got done though, so
yeah,
I
yeah,
think that's East Coast time.
yeah.
So
So I missed out. I'm gonna get me a light blue. How many copies of or versions of them shirts do I own now?
I don't know, probably every one.
I think I
You
do.
just don't have none of the back writing ones
No,
though.
I don't like those.
So
Well, buy some merch when it goes on sale again. Um, we found Scarlett's wearing a light blue version that looked really cool. So
yeah,
maybe you want to pick up a light blue version that looked like the Ranger colors.
yeah, it's Ranger Blue.
Yeah. So like and subscribe and check us out on X. That's all I can say.
Yeah, follow us. Follow the go to the web Facebook and follow us on there. Join the group, the Evil Ones group, and if you would leave us an Apple review, that helps us out more than anything, I think, on the listening side. So, but anyway, have a happy new year, everybody, and we will talk to you. I will talk to you Wednesday for the midweek. Don't know what I'm doing yet, but all right. Later, everybody, and stay evil.
And Happy New Year.
At this lonely crossroad in the Carpathian Mountains, 4 travelers find themselves abandoned at nightfall by a local coach driver who was afraid to go any further.
That's no driver.
A coach with horses that knew the way, a table laid for 4. Was this kindly hospitality?
Isn't your master joining us for dinner?
No, sir. I'm afraid not.
Is he indisposed?
He's dead.
Why should a dead man be interested in entertaining guests? Dracula, Prince of Darkness, King of the Vampires. For 10 years, his mortal remains were cherished by his faithful servant, awaiting the opportunity and a victim to provide the life force for the reincarnation of Dracula. A strange premonition warns the guests at Castle Dracula that their host is ready to receive them.
I must kill him. He is already dead. He is undead, Mr. Kent. He can be destroyed, but not killed.
You don't need Charles.